What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris with Game 2 between the GDB team and Team Empire on the Dire and Radiant, respectively. The bans Wisp and Pudge, both kind of tailored bans towards the other team, as well as the Enigma. Not really a hero that you see banned all that much, which is going to mean that, well, Undying, TA, Chikiro, and Batrider are all going to find their way into the pool. And already for Team Empire, we see something fairly interesting. Templar Assassin is going to be played most likely on the mid lane, Clink's on the bottom lane. That, of course, means that there's going to be an aggressive tri-lane top. Not exactly sure, and I'm just going to get rid of this. You didn't see that.
10 seconds
But, yeah, Team Empire did run that versus Pulse, I believe, game 1. Clinks was on the bottom lane, did very well for himself, and they had a solo mid, and then they had an aggressive tri-lane, so wouldn't be surprised to see them doing the exact same thing. The Undying pick, well, first of all, Undying is just a really good hero right now. People are like, oh shit, Undying, he's really valuable to have. I don't remember if he actually got any changes in the .75 patch, but either way, he's still a very, very good tri-lane hero. Because you hit multiple people with that with that decay, then you're pretty much unkillable, because that's a lot of strength that you shouldn't really have at that point in the game. So that's what Team Empire is going for at the moment. Right now, they just need, well, some other support type heroes. They don't really have any quote-unquote support heroes yet. They just got to make sure that they are heroes that complement well with the tri-lane theme of things that is probably going to happen. I hope it happens, because it's very exciting to watch. On the GDB side, they've gone with the very standard Chikiro and Batrider, so flying units galore. Not really anything noteworthy between those two picks, and it's also going to be the Naga Siren. Now, GDB could run the dual lane mid with the Naga Siren Chikiro, but I do think it's probably going to be a farming Naga Siren. The only problem with that is that if you try to farm the Naga Siren on the safe lane, well, there's an aggressive tri-lane up there, so it's probably not going to be the safest of lanes. And even though Naga Siren's a decent contributor to the tri-lane, with that disable, she doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. There's pretty much only CK who has the disable and does a lot of damage. I guess Sven also, but people haven't realized at this point in the Dota history that Sven is really, really friggin' good. So we'll see what GDB want to do. They already have their support pretty much lined up. They could go for one more support-oriented hero, but maybe a jungler hero like Chen or Enchantress. Get Chikiro, Naga Siren, and then Chen Enchantress. Wouldn't be such a bad lineup. Bans starting to come out now. Empire is going to first ban that Broodmother, making sure that GDB don't have an easy long lane hero. Would not be surprised to see a Bounty Hunter ban as well. You really, really don't want to play against a Bounty Hunter at the hard lane when you have both TA and Clinks, two heroes that, well, Clinks especially relies on invisibility. TA uses an invisibility, doesn't exactly rely on it as much. But that is, in fact, going to be the ban from Team Empire. So getting rid of the hard lane heroes for GDB, trying to make it a little bit tougher for them. Now, something that GDB have done in the past is to run a hard lane Naga Siren. That would mean that they want to get a secondary carry type hero, I don't know, a Tiny or something like that. But if they do choose to run it like that, then Naga Siren's going to be up against the Clinks most likely, and then you're in a whole lot of pain because Naga Siren cannot stand up to a Clinks. Empire with the final long lane ban in the Windrunner, and GDB, they're banning all of the tri-lane heroes. Shrek does a ton of damage, plus has a really good stun. And of course, Keeper of the Light has infinite mana, combined with Undying. That is a lot of pain coming your way, which isn't something that they're going to have to deal with this game, but it's also going to be a Chen ban, interestingly enough. I don't believe Empire are actually going to go for that. They're going to go straight up for the Bane Elemental. So their tri-lane doesn't have as much direct damage at the level 1 fight, but once they get to level 3, 4, 5, then their tri-lane is going to be extremely deadly. The Nightmare could either isolate someone or initiate onto someone, just like shut down the support and then go for the person right next to him or something like that. Or you could just use it to set up. Right now, if they are going to run with that tri-lane, which I'm assuming they are, I mean, there's no reason why you pick Clinks and TA if you're going to protect them. It just doesn't make much sense. But Team Empire, they could run the Undying as the kind of farm-oriented hero, but I think right now they should need a little bit more lockdown. Something like a Venomancer wouldn't be too bad. That would give them a very, very useful slow, which right now They don't really have the crowd control that they need if they want to have a successful tri-lane. And GDB going to pick up that Tide Hunter. So going to get a little bit of more team fight on the board. Naga Siren, Tide Hunter. A combo so very classic in this game. At least once Naga Siren got her ultimate changed to the way it is, then it became a combo. Before that, Naga Siren's ultimate was pretty bad. It was just an escape spell. There was no other way to use it, really. Team Empire, what is going to be their last pick? They really do need some form of slow or stun. The only thing that they do have is the Bane Elemental, and I guess Tombstone for a minor slow, but Sonic Traps eventually when TA gets higher up, but they really are lacking in stuns. Bane Elemental has Fiend's Grip and Nightmare, which Nightmare doesn't really count as a stun since you can't really just go to town on someone who's nightmared. So they would probably like to pick up some sort of stunner or any form of crowd control, really. Disruptor. It is going to be Disruptor, so not necessarily an outright stunner, but still does offer a little bit of crowd control. Glimpse is kind of uncharacterizable. You can't really call that a stunner disable. It's just like, it's just its own thing, and then Kinetic Field prevents movement. So their tri-lane, if it is going to be Disruptor, Bane, as well as Undying, Undying is probably going to be the one taking all the farm. And the kill tri-lane, it's not that bad, actually. It's not that bad. Nightmare does set up very well for Kinetic Field, which you could just put around someone on the Nightmare, and that is a pretty good combo. And then Undying has time to lay down the Tombstone once that happens. And GDB, they're going to go with the Weaver pick. Interesting, interesting. So, let's see who is going to be picking up what. Okay. Well, I can tell you what's going to happen right now, but I would prefer to jump into the game first. And then we could actually go over everything, and when everything is like, when it actually looks like the game. But the Weaver pick is going to be their hard carry with the Weaver and Naga Siren. That's Weaver's pretty much a lot more of a hard carry than, you know, the TA Naga Siren combo, which is a pretty classic combination in Dota as well. The Weaver, he's gonna struggle. He really is. He's gonna be happy with the fact that Team Empire don't really have many stuns. Glimpse is pretty good against Weaver. It's pretty much a secondary time lapse, so Weaver's going to be bouncing around all over the place, but the only thing that Weaver has to fear is the Fiend's Grip from the Bane Elemental. Everything else he could Shikuchi out of. But let's go over who's playing what first. We have GDB, Sing Sing on the Batrider. Alex is going to be playing the Jakiro supporting. Bambo's playing the Naga Siren. Black is going to be on the Weaver, and Kuroki on the Tide Hunter. And they're actually going towards the bot lane. On the Empire side, Blow Your Brain is going to be playing that Undying. Scandal soloing mid as a TA. Silent on the Disruptor, actually. Funnick on the Klings, and that leaves Go Black on the Bane Elemental. I think Silent was the one who played Bane last. But GDB, well, would have predicted wrong if I told you before, so I'm just gonna say that this was what my prediction was. They're gonna run a tri-lane on the bot lane. Of course, that's what I was gonna say. Of course, they are sacrificing a little bit of Black's well-being, but really, what could Empire do to actually kill this Weaver? They could Nightmare him, set up a Kinetic Field, but Shikuchi, and then he's safe. You can't do anything after that. They can't really kill the Weaver until they get to level 6. They don't even have any Sentry Wards, so Weaver's gonna be perfectly fine up here. At least he's not going to die. He is not going to get much in the way of creep kills or, hell, even experience, just because there's going to be so much ranged pressure on the enemy side. So Weaver's not going to have the best time up there, but they're going to instead pour all of their efforts into shutting down this Klinks. Now, Klinks already does have a Wraith Band, so his base damage is decently high. But in addition to that, he does have a long range, and well, the tri-lane on the GDB side, the only ranged hero is that Jakiro, whose range is 400 versus the 600? 600, yes, of Klinks. Especially if Go Black does go down there, then, well, Klinks is going to have an easy time against this tri-lane. Kuroki, where are you going, man? He's going to the bot lane, okay. So there's no aggressive tri-lane for Empire. They figure, why bother against this Weaver? I guess that's what they're thinking, at least. There's really no point in them doing that, because you're not going to kill the Weaver no matter how many people you have up there. You don't have any stuns. Bambo is going to get a net opening onto Go Black. Ice Path is going to land. Do they have enough damage for this Gush? Plus a little bit of body blocking from Bambo, cutting off Go Black's escape from that path of trees right there. Go Black still very, very weak. He is tangoing up, so he might be able to survive this. Funnick doing as much damage as he can. Kuroki taking a couple tower shots, as is Bambo. And GDB unable to do enough damage to that Bane Elemental. He is going to survive, pop off a little bit of his consumables, and well, he's got to be careful because there is a tri-lane down here. Funnick, with the ranged damage that he has, searing arrows, you can see already, hurting Bambo quite decently, and he's snagging a couple creep kills along the way as well. So Funnick is going to be pretty okay down here. The only thing that GDB could really do is try to burst him down, which is very possible. You open up with the net, ice path, gush, and then you just wail on him. Do they have any true sight? They do have true sight, so yes, they could go for a kill on Clinks, but they can't necessarily pressure him back and with harassment and keep him back off the lane. They could just have their presence be harassment, but if you're spending 2 heroes just to sit there and be scary, it's not really the best way to use your heroes. There's a lot of dead time that those heroes are not going to be getting anything, really. Tidehunter, not with a single point of experience. He's just acting scary, and well, I don't think this really favors GDB. They're not really going to be getting much out of this, and I do like this from Alex. His camp is already blocked, but he is going to stand there regardless. That is going to tell Empire that, hey, we don't have this blocked. We're just going to walk right into your camp every single time. So they're not even going to bother sentry warding it up, or sentry warding it down. Bringing it down with sentry wards, however you want to say it. They're going to be none the wiser, quite honestly, and Alex is doing a pretty good job at preventing any pulls happening from Go Black, although I think he might get 1 creep. He's going to get 2. Not bad. Messing with Funnick just a little bit. Or messing with the creep wave just a little bit, I mean. But still, this Jakiro isn't getting anything, Kuroki isn't getting anything, and although they are giving protected farm to Bambo, is that really worth it? Is it worth sacrificing the well-being, the complete well-being of your 2 supports in order to give a little bit of gold of experience to 1 hero? Usually, well, someone might argue yes, like your support heroes could do well without, but they're not getting anything at all, and Funnick is not even struggling all that much. He's still level 3, he has 5 creep kills, so he's doing just fine. Bambo does have more, but that's at the expense of both Alex and Kuroki. Let's take a look at this top lane where we have Silent and Bullet Brain kind of doing their own thing up here. Weaver's doing pulls by himself, and well, as I said before, he's not going to die anytime soon. It's really just harassment from the disruptor that's going to weaken Black, but he really should be fine unless he gets thunderstruck. Might go for a kill. No, it's going to be close. I don't know if Silent and Blur Brain could actually burst the Weaver down. I don't think it's possible. Weaver was cutting it awfully close there, but he should be fine. And Blur Brain is just farming, so he's probably going to actually going to get a couple points of Soul Rip. No Tombstone yet. I guess no point in getting Tombstone when there's a Weaver on the other end, right? He'll just Shikuchi right on out of there. It's impossible to get any damage on with the Tombstone, so you might as well go for a more bursty build. Soul Rip, increase the max units, do a little bit more damage to the Weaver, try to burst him down if the situation arises. It's going to weaken his team fight once we get to that point where he's actually leaving the lane, but it shouldn't really matter all that much. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we do have Scandal, 12 for 9 versus Sing Sing's 12 for 6. Does Scandal have a magic wand? Yes, he does, as well as a bottle on both ends. So this lane so far is looking fairly even. Scandal with a little bit more rune control, but now he's got to mess around with Kuroki and Alex, and they could get a very easy kill into this Templar Assassin. Already the Tar starting to stack up, 2 stacks as he gets pushed a little bit closer to Sing Sing. The Gush is going to fly as well, Ice Path going to land, and Scandal can take a huge amount of damage. He does have his magic stick, which is pretty much full. He's going to use Meld for just a little bit, and he has 4 stacks on him, but the refraction is now back up. GDB unable to get their kill once again. Scandal might even look to turn this round onto Alex, but Kuroki still around in the low ground. Does he have mana for a Gush? He does in 20 mana, but here comes Go Black for the Nightmare onto Alex. Scandal's going to prep his Meld hit, huge Meld hit, even using the illusion to take away the Nightmare. Very clever play from the Templar Assassin, and that is going to win him the first blood. That is amazing, actually, by Scandal. I would never have thought to do that. Use the illusion to break the Nightmare and then Meld hit right after. Very well played by Scandal, and he gets a well-earned first blood there. So GDB with their Wandering Jakiro and their Wandering Tidehunter not really paying off dividends quite yet. And in that small time frame when they have left the bottom lane, Clinks pretty much just went to town on this Naga Siren. It's constant searing arrow harassment. There's really nothing you can do about that if you're a melee hero, except for try to get a poor man's shield or something. Naga Siren might be going for a Vanguard, so not necessarily going for a poor route. And, of course, when I'm not looking, Sing Sing gets a kill. Really got to keep my eye on this guy. Any Bat Rider, really. What was it? Scandal last game? Yeah, I think it was Scandal was going to town on Sing Sing, and now Sing Sing is getting his revenge. So Batrider is capable of getting those very early kills if you let the tar stack up too high. So I will try my best to keep my eye on that mid lane, but at the same time I gotta keep my eye on the bot lane. I guess top lane is the only place that it's safe for me to not look right now. Funnick might be a little danger. The net does open up, but there's no ice path. Jakiro a little bit too far away. A little bit of miscommunication perhaps from the GDB squad, thinking that Jakiro was a little bit closer than he actually was. Klinks is going to be a little bit scared about that, but really it's just going to rattle him a little bit. Shouldn't really disturb his farm in this lane at all. He's level 5, doing quite well for himself. Bambo, level 5 as well, 31 versus 22 creep kills. So I do think this lane, even though GDB are doing a pretty good job of pressuring Funnick, they're not doing enough. And Funnick, I would say, with the help of Go Black, is still winning this lane for Empire. Mid lane, kind of a wash. I do think Sing Sing now has a little bit of an edge since Scandal got solo killed by him. Let's see how this top lane is actually playing out. 40 creep kills versus, if I can click on him, 9 creep kills. And although Silent might be a hero kill in the favor of Black, Shikuchiing forward, he's going to take a little bit of damage, and he's not going to go for it, actually. I didn't think it would have been enough, but with a Thunderstrike, with a couple more decays or Tombstone or anything that the Undying has to offer, really, he had all his cooldowns, would have been a little bit dangerous for Black, especially considering the fact that his Shikuchi is not yet maxed out, so the cooldown is not at that very low amount. Oh, Bambo, you gotta be careful, man. He's gonna pop off some illusions. Go Black with the Brain Sap, not enough to kill him. Funnick is gonna take an Ice Path. Alex, does he have a Dual Breath onto Go Black? Yes, he does. Croaky actually uses the Gush on the Kling, so they're splitting their fire evenly, which is definitely not what you want to do. Sentry Ward has been dropped for that, but ultimately unsuccessful. Klings needs his mana. He's actually built the Ring of Aquila first. Kind of makes sense. And Naga Siren just barely makes it out of there with her life. Go Black with only level 2 Brain Sap. Can't really do all that much, but even though it is pure damage, it's not enough pure damage. Bambo cutting it very, very close there. It was... I do think it was a little bit luck. Like if Funnick just Orb Walk just did something a little bit differently, or if Go Black got a little bit closer, a little bit sooner, it would have been the death of the Naga Siren, but hey, she's alive, so... Sometimes, I guess, Bambo just likes to play on the edge. Using those mirror images is kind of a confusion tactic. We're not really going to be doing any damage at this point in the game. It's just all for that confusion. And for dispelling stuff, I guess. Getting rid of the Sonic Trap could also be pretty useful. Sing Sing might be in a little bit of danger. Scandal trying to pressure him back. He's going to get pushed back into Sing Sing's net. And there's the Kinetic Field from the Disruptor. Sing Sing now in a little bit of trouble. He can take a meld hit. Is the damage going to be enough? 3 HP, 4 HP. The Sonic spill stuff. No, Sing Sing is just going to get another Sonic Trap. The illusion is chasing him down. Sing Sing should die from this. There he goes. Unfortunately, Alex, without any mana to actually help his ally out, that is going to mean Batrider is going to die. Very good bait from Scandal. As soon as he realized that Silent was right behind him, he moved up in the he moved north, and that told Sing Sing that, hey, I can get a kill on this guy. But it was all a lie. Go Black probably gonna die. 15 HP. Is he gonna outrun this Naga Siren? It's gonna be close. The illusions juking. Go Black, go north. Oh, it's not gonna be enough. And now Bambo in a little bit of danger. Funnick is going to try to Searing Arrow him down. Not gonna be enough. 168 HP survival is Klinks. Really unable to help his ally in that situation. I think Hiroki also barely managed to get out of there alive. But it is 2 for 2, even kills being traded all around. Let's take a look at how the gold graph is showing. Empire with a slight gold advantage at this stage of the game, all attributed really to farm experience, kind of looking the same way. I do believe a large portion of that is because of the lack of action really being taken by the Tidehunter and Jakiro. Two heroes that have been wandering for a good deal of the game, yet they only have 1 assist. Yeah, they only have 1 assist between the two of them, so if that's roaming, it's pretty unsuccessful roaming. If that's protecting the tri-lane, it's not really been doing its job since, well, Bambo's has some decent farm, but Funnick has just as much farm, so would say that Empire are in a pretty good position right here, but GDB, they still have a lot of time to make things happen. They don't even have their Ravage yet. So that once they get that, there will be a huge spike in their power. Now Sing Sing is even coming around. He's going to look for a gank on this bottom lane. Do they have any more Sentry Wards? They do. But Go Black and Funnick, they're going to get the hell out of there. They did have this Psionic Trap, I believe, revealing off the position of the Batrider. We do have Blow Your Brain teleporting down here now with maxed out Tombstone. This is why you get the Tombstone, so you can do stuff like this. These zombies are going to be popping up everywhere. Blow Your Brain taking a lot of damage, however, he doesn't have his Flesh Golem. He's going to drop instantly. The Tombstone is still alive, however, Sonic, the Static Storm plus the Kinetic Field doing heavy damage to Kuroki. It is going to be enough to bring him down. The zombies are stacking up. Bambo is probably going to get killed by the zombies using the mirror images to try to clear them off. It's going to be very close. He is going to drop to the Tombstone. Such a powerful spell. The Naga Siren ultimate is going to time out, and the zombies are still chasing down Sing Sing and Alex. Alex is going to drop 2 Phonics Searing Arrows. No, not yet. Still has 1 more hit in him. There he goes. Now Sing Sing popping off an invisibility rune. The No True Sight is available to Empire, so Sing Sing is going to escape. But GDB definitely not taking the edge in that fight. A beautiful Kinetic Field Static Storm combo from the Disruptor, and well, Blow Your Brain's Tombstone is a pretty good spell, guys. You got to focus that Tombstone, or at least get the hell out of there. But it's kind of hard to move around when there's a Kinetic Field Static Storm sitting in your way. So a very well played fight from Empire, even though that was kind of a wonky initiation from the Undying. Everything did work out in the end. Now let's see if he gets Flesh Golem. Yes, he will get his Flesh Golem, so a little bit more survivability from him. And we'll see if he can do the same thing next time, except survive. Klink's working on his Orchid, and once he gets that, then Weaver's got to be careful. Right now, the only thing that he has to worry about is the Fiend's Grip, which is now up for Go Black. Once that silence comes out, then the Weaver is not going to have really any survivability available to him. Kuroki getting half of his health dropped in 1 hit. Scandal gonna get caught in the ice path. Sing Sing does not have his last one for another 2 seconds, but he should have it in time to kill off this Templar assassin. Kuroki should survive as well. Scandal is gonna try to make his way out, but it's not going to be enough. 4 stacks of tar, and Batrider does get the kill with the Firefly damage. Scandal getting a little bit over-aggressive. He found the bot lane. Go Black with the help of Phonic using the Fiend's Grip in order to kill off the Naga Siren. So even trades across the board. Templar Assassin for the Naga Siren. Yeah, it's an even trade. It's an even trade. For the most part, it's an even trade. But Weaver, once the Klinks does get that Orchid up, the Klinks could assassinate the Weaver, because Weaver is not a very durable hero. Everything that he has to survive is all spells and all mobility. And you can't really get that mobility out if you are silenced. So look towards Klinks, hunting down pretty much everyone from GDB. Don't really think there's anyone on the enemy side who would withstand a Klinks ambush. Possibly the Batrider. There's a decently high strength growth, as well as some armor from the Tranquil Boots, but I don't know if that's actually going to be enough. Phonic is going to be, once again, a devastating force to be reckoned with. And although GDB tried their best to really shut him down, I don't think their best was good enough. Their tri-lane was simply not strong enough, and I don't know, if Phonic is on the defensive, then he's in a lot of trouble, because he's not exactly a durable hero either. But if he's going on the offensive, then there's nothing really that GDB could do to slow him down. They could just try to lay down traps or whatever, or bait him in, but that is a finicky response. Not very effective. Meanwhile, the bot lane, they're still farming each other. Sing Sing wants to kill, though. Scandal gonna get his refraction burned through immediately. Silent is here, though. Kinetic Field, Static Storm onto Sing Sing. Scandal taking some pretty huge damage, but he's gonna turn around for Sing Sing. Stick charges will not keep him alive, but he will end up bringing down the Batrider. Kuroki even teleporting in. Does he have level 6? He does. Now the Fiend's Grip onto Kuroki, however, Blow Your Brain. He can drop the Tombstone for this one. He is. Phonic with 1 right click gonna steal that kill out from his allies. The Tombstone is still alive, gonna start to get focused right now, but the zombies are starting to stack up. There's the Song of the Siren, but Sing Sing still taking some pretty good stacks of slow from these zombies. Will the Song of the Siren be enough? Ice Path is going to land, but not actually do anything. Now Sing Sing, is he going to take Sonic Trap? Sonic Trap is up in 1 second. Who's it going to be? It is going to be the Batrider. Flame Break going to push everyone back with the Kinetic Field. Perfect Kinetic Field is going to trap Sing Sing. That is going to be the death of the Batrider. Swipe down in 1 shot by Scandal. Ice Path going to fly once again. Scandal stuck within the tier 2 tower range. Going to take a Jewel Breath as well. He's going to drop it in exchange for Bambo. I feel the Macro Power is going to do some heavy damage to Go Black, who's also being the focus of the tower. Now he does have a Nightmare up, so he shouldn't die quite yet. That is going to hold out Silent. Blow Your Brain with 1 more decay is going to bring down the Hero. Ravage now out, going to hit onto Silent, as well as the Bane Elemental. As Phonic is going to be the only one from Empire to escape from that lower engagement as Blow Your Brain. What the hell happened to you? He's also going to make his way out. But 10-8 Empire. I do believe they got a little bit too over-aggressive for that. They did get the kill on the Batrider, but by that time Weaver was even respawning, and it all went to hell, really. The Tidehunter also respawned, got that Ravage out. Now he does have 5 assists, so a really good rally from the GDB side, but will it be enough to actually keep him in the game? The gold advantage, experience advantage, still pretty largely in favor of Team Empire. And they're going to hold on to that pretty strongly. As you can see, all the high gold heroes, or most gold per minute, is all on the Empire side. And the Naga Siren is even 30 gold below the Clinks. So Clinks, even though he had a tri-lane on the other end to deal with, he's still doing okay. Gotta say, this is one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. Undying without... This is scary. Look at this. Look at it. Okay, I'm done. That's disturbing. I'm not even gonna click on that guy anymore. Smoke gank now. Bambo, Sing Sing, and Alex smoked up, leaving Croaky as bait. Unfortunately for the GDB side, no one is actually going to be taking that bait. They're instead all just content with farming. Silent, I gotta say, has been on point with his kinetic fields. Like the one right here, just barely clipping the Bat Rider. That was a good kinetic field. That was a really good kinetic field. Disruptor's kind of fallen off a little bit, but he's still a very powerful hero, especially with Static Storm against the Weaver. Kind of forgot about that. Silence against the Weaver. If you could land it, it works. Now Weaver might be in a little trouble if he gets spotted out. He's going to get Fiend's Gripped. The Black is going to hide. Shikuchi his way out. Oh no, he's got to be really careful. Yeah, just hide there, Black. Just don't move. Or move out. Teleport out of there. There you go. So Black is going to survive, but the top tier 1 tower is not top tier 1, bot tier 1. It's also going to be traded. So an even trade going tower for tower. Mid lane still does have 2 towers up for Empire, and looks like GDB, they're not willing to stop. Could they actually outpush the Clinks though? I don't know. They do have Liquid Fire. They don't even have Liquid Fire. They have Illusions, but they're only level 1 Illusions. This tower is going to drop a lot faster from Empire than it is going to on the Radiant side on the bot lane. Although, I do think both are going to drop. It should be an even trade. Bambo, using the Illusions to draw the creep wave up. Very smart play from him. And I'm right. The pushing from the Dire is not as strong as pushing from the Radiant. Then do the Radiant want to keep going? They're going to lose this tower. They've already resigned themselves to that, but they're going to push the high ground. Tombstone is up. Why not? Flesh Golem, and Funnick now does have his silence available to him. Tier 3 is taking some heavy damage. They have Fiend's Grip. Yes, they do. And this tower now down to half HP. Is Bambo going to initiate with his Song of the Siren? He is, but these zombies are still alive. The Tombstone is going to be brought down. It thinks it's fire. Using the Song of the Siren to kill off the Tombstone, very much worth it. The Macropyre now onto Blurry Brain, who's sitting in the middle of everything with that Flesh Golem on. He's going to get hit with the lasso. Clinks does pick up the Tidehunter before he can get his Ravage out, but he's going to buy back right into the game. Try to get that Ravage out now. Blurry Brain trying to run away with less than 200 HP, 50 HP. He is going to drop to the tower shots. Bambo also very low HP. Scandal should have enough damage to bring him down, but the Ravage is going to save Bambo, at least for the moment. One more hit is going to kill this Naga Siren. It is going to be enough. Scandal, I'm sorry. Is he going to try to meld out of this? He is going to make it out just barely, but the Ice Path is not going to actually take any prisoners. So now Funnick in a little bit of trouble. The Kinetic Field once again on point, but the Sentry Ward, the Sentry Ward is there, just barely catching a glimpse of the Clinks. And that fight did slightly favor GDB, but might not be over yet. Blurbrain does have a couple of his cooldowns up, and there is someone very, very tasty in that top lane. Looks like instead it's going to be Alex, as the Tombstone does get dropped immediately, trying to get as much slow as he can onto that Chikiro. Kinetic Field plus a glimpse back. Alex is going to drop instantly, and Black has got to run his way out of there. Nothing he could really do to save his ally or really contribute at all. What does he have? He is... what? Perseverance? Well, he has no boots, for one thing, which I've seen, I think it was Black, I've seen him do. But he's Perseverance and then 3,200 gold. Is he going to buy an Ultimate Orb? Yes, he is. He's going to go for his Lincoln Sphere, which is going to help him quite a bit, but that's going to mean that he still doesn't have much damage output. Really, GDB, they're relying purely on their flat values, which 20 minutes into the game, it's still very much so a valid thing to do, just you don't really need anyone scaling yet. But Empire, they are going to begin to scale. TA with the Blink Dagger, plus a Refraction, and Funnick would pretty much get a solo kill onto the Weaver right now. If he sees him, he's not going to see him because there's action in the mid lane where it's silent, getting gushed and netted. He's going to drop to the Bat Rider. The Black is now spotted out. Funnick, is he spotted out as well? Yes, he is spotted out by that ward. But another push on from the Empire side, going to take this tier 3. 325 HP left. And now this tower is going to drop. Nothing that GDB could do to save it. Net onto Scandal, however, so this might be the initiation they're looking for. Dual Breath, trying to burn through those refracted charges, but Templar Assassin does have a double damage rune, so they got to be careful. The Soul Rip going to keep Scandal up at full HP, and Empire pushing 4v5. Look at the guts from this team, so aggressive. This is going to be the initiation, perhaps. Bambo without the Song of the Siren this time. And everyone for Empire satisfied with their pickup of that tier 3. Instantly fall back, and smoke, unfortunately, underneath the vision of the Dire. So ultimately, nothing is going to come out of the smoke, or nothing should come out of the smoke, unless like Black gets caught out. So they're going to stick around. There is a sentry ward around, and now Go Black is very much so revealed. And I don't think that Empire have any idea of it. Go Black looking for a Fiend's Grip on the Weaver, but I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, the Courier! The Courier! Run, Courier! No! Oh, that was close. That was close. But Empire take a tier 3 tower, which is another big boost of gold for them that really don't exactly rely on the gold from the tier 3 towers. They still have the entirety of bot lane to carve out, whereas GDB, well, they still do have a couple of tier 2s to carve out as well. That was actually an that evened up the towers. It's kind of weird. Funnick shadow walking out of that net as Bambo tries to defend the bot lane along with the rest of his team, but there's going to be another rumble right here. Tombstone is up, level 2 Flesh Golem. Undying is very, very tanky right now. Going to be going for a pipe, it looks like. After a point booster? I don't really know why. Maybe Aghanims? Maybe Aghanims later on. Sure, why not? But that pipe is going to be huge for the Empire side. I'm going to get a lot of the damage from the Bat Rider Jakiro as well as the Ravage. Really, there's no physical damage coming out from the Weaver or the Naga Siren quite yet. They've both gone for purely defensive items. Empire, they're still going to push down this lane. But GDB, they do have the Ravage up. They do have a Blink Lasso available to them. Macropyre as well is up. So this could be very bad for either team. This is going to be a very delicate fight. If GDB decide to defend this, I do think they have the potential to if they get a good initiation. They kill off the Disruptor before Static Storm goes off. That is going to be fantastic for them. Quarterstaff, Staff of Wizardry. What the hell? What is this? Does this build anything? No, it doesn't. Disruptor misclicked, I suppose. There's no reason. Maybe you wanted a Force Staff? An old Force Staff? I guess that has to be it. There's no really any other reason for that. It has to be just a misclick or something like that. But now he has a friggin' Quarterstaff, and what the hell are you going to do with the Quarterstaff? Such a bad item. It allows you to strike quickly. 10 attack speed more quickly. Whoop-de-friggin' do. Disruptor's going to be the best carry in the game right now. Funnick pushing out the top lane might be a little bit of danger. The entirety of the GDB team is in the jungle. And GDB, the longer they weather the storm, the better they'll be, because they still have yet to get any real damage on the board. Funnick is going for some damage with that Orchid. Oh, Sing Sing gonna spot him out? No, they don't have any True Sight. They do have Dust. And Sing Sing gonna get silenced as soon as he blinks forward, but now Funnick is going to take a net. He has to stay and fight. Gonna try to kill this Bat Rider. It's not going to be enough. Funnick is going to drop right here, right now, to the Bat Rider. Another easy kill going the way of GDB. And yeah, as I was saying, they don't really have any damage up. Bambo doesn't have a Diffusal, Manta, anything. Weaver just now completed his Lincoln Sphere. He doesn't have any damage either, or any damage boosting items. So, oh yeah, he got rid of the Force. He got rid of the Quarterstaff. So GDB come late game, they'll be able to scale a lot better, I feel, than the Empire side. They will have Clinks, they will have TA. But just the fact that Weaver and Naga Siren are on the other end, I do think they are a little bit more of hard carries. Because Weaver will be able to time-lapse with pretty much impunity. He could get bursted down still. That is still a very large threat for the Weaver. Just that amount of burst or lockdown or Static Storm, Fiend's Grip, all that stuff. It's really how Empire are going to have to deal with this Clinks. And to some extent the Naga Siren. It's a little bit more possible with the Naga Siren. Also, I think another big factor as we move on to more and more team fights is when the Tombstone is actually going to be placed. We saw in the last team fight up here that the Undying dropped the Tombstone and then the Song of the Siren ultimate came out, and the Song of the Siren does not protect your Tombstone. So that Tombstone was instantly destroyed, a lot of damage output and mitigated through that. But if Flutterbrain waits until after the Song of the Siren ultimate is casted and dropped, then he's going to have free reign with that Tombstone, and it's going to force GDB to focus at least some of their damage to bring that down, or else they'll sustain a lot more in return. So Brain has got to play that very delicate balancing act of when I'm going to actually cast the spell. TA with 2,300 gold in the bank, is she going to go for a BKB? Clinks is already well on his way to a BKB. He's almost there, in fact. But both teams think they have the better late game, so they're just going to farm. Ultimately, Empire do have a better team fight, I feel, even though there's a Ravage, and both teams kind of have equal everything, I gotta say. Like, their carries are very much single target. Their supports are kind of AoE oriented. I don't know. It's gonna be very close. Just take another look at the graphs. Experience earned slightly in favor of GDB, gold earned slightly in favor of Empire. So ultimately it is an even game. And as such, both teams kind of scared to make commitments. When you're in such an even situation like this, you don't want to make any mistakes, because one mistake can mean you lose Raxes, and then that's just not fun for anyone. GDB just dewarding. They're setting up for what looks like a Roshan. Bot lane is pushed out pretty substantially. Mid lane is getting pushed by Scandal, but that is not going to be for long. Scandal going to get caught in the Naga Siren ultimate. Does Empire want to defend the Templar Assassin? Doesn't look like they do. Oh, instant blink away from Scandal. And now Funnick, he apparently didn't get the message. Fiend's Grip onto Bambo will be interrupted by the Ravage, but Bambo still taking a very large amount of damage. He will get brought down by that Brain Sap by Go Black. Now they're all going to get Psionic Traps. It's going to be Alex who's going to be the target of focus. He's going to get Nightmared, but it's not going to save him. Disruptor with Thunderstrike bringing that down. Tombstone as well as the Flesh Golem being used for those two very easy pickoffs. GDB getting a little bit over aggressive there. That is going to mean a free Roshan for Empire. Such a great blink out from TA. That Rider was chilling right next to him. And instant blink out. I know you could just queue it up and then your guy will just pretty much go instantly. So you should have like Fireflied the floor. I'm not sure which one overrides. I have no idea actually, but that would have been their best bet. Not just open up with the lasso, but actually getting some damage over time on the floor so that the Templar Assassin will take damage as soon as she leaves. But regardless, that is going to be an Aegis as well as that Roshan gold for Empire. When do they have Flesh Golem up in another 19 seconds? They do have a pipe almost up in 200 gold. That could mean that they're going to go for high ground, or at least get another tier 3. They still have this tier 3 to bust through, and Bambo doesn't have the ultimate for another 30 seconds. The Ravage is also down for Kuroki. They're going to blink forward, Sing Sing as well. Brain barely going to get 4-staffed out of there. Going to drop the Tombstone, slowing down all of GDB, but it is going to be free gold for the enemy squad, unless he wants to soul rip that just to annoy them just a little bit more. Huge Anchor Smash, killing all the zombies. Zombies are not magic immune, and Anchor Smash is physical, so... wait, they are magic immune, but Anchor Smash is physical, yeah. Empire taking a little bit of kill lead, extending their gold advantage that much more. Once the BKB comes up from Scandal, once the pipe comes up for Brain, I think that should be about time for them to make things happen. Courier seemed to have gotten lost a little bit on the way to the secret shop. There's going to be the completed pipe, and now the Bat Rider going to be much less relevant. The Jakiro going to be much less relevant, and as well as the Tidehunter with a Ravage. So now do Empire want to push? They have the Aegis for another another 4 minutes, let's say. They do have a small window of opportunity for them to make things happen. It would be a very large waste if they just sat here, because with that pipe, GDB, they're not going to expect it, and I don't think they could do much about that. They're going to instead look for a kill onto this Clinks, but the smoke is not going to be revealed. Clinks is going to be revealed now. Blink forward from Sing Sing. No True Sight, though. The dust is burned unnecessarily. There's the Blink Nightmare. Is that Blink Nightmare? There was Blink Nightmare in a 2-man Static Storm plus Kinetic Field. Sing Sing going to try to fly away from that. You cannot do that, sir. He's going to drop. Funnick still on the chase. Scandal, does he have a Sonic Trap in 1 second? Who's it going to be? It's going to be the no one, as he goes the complete other way. But the Bat Rider is dead. Now Empire, they could try to go for the tier 2 mid, but already on the top lane you see Black, who hasn't left it for quite a while, going to go for a Radiance, a very, very late relic. I don't know if this is the best choice for Weaver, but hell, he's going to get it. He's already pretty much committed to it. I don't think he's going to get an Abyssal Blade. Don't think it's going to be a Divine Rapier. But, yeah, he's not going to have that for Well, he's going to get in another minute. But in that time, the tier 2 in the mid lane is going to drop. Batrider's still down for another 9 seconds, so you might as well just pick up what you can get. But they're not going to go for it, actually. They don't have their TA, so that's a lot of damage that they don't have available to them. And Static Storm is not up, so I guess they're just going to play it safe. Keep in mind that if Empire win this game, they move on to the Grand Finals, and whoever loses the set, if GDB win this game and then win the next game, then they move on to the Grand Finals. Whoever loses this is going home. So a lot is on the line. You don't really want to play super reckless when you are in a high-stakes game such as this. But that's not an excuse for playing boring as crap, guys. Come on. Let's make something happen. Entertain people. And not just that, entertain me. That's really the most important thing that these guys should be playing for right now. Because right now, everyone's just farming, which is great. I mean, everyone wants their cooldowns to be up. They want to be in full power, full mana, full health, everything, for when the next fight actually breaks out. But no fights are actually breaking out. The items are starting to get bigger and bigger. BKB up on Clinks, as well as the TA. So they're probably going to head towards something a little bit more damage-oriented, probably an MKB or something like that. And GDB, they do have a Radiance now up on the Weaver. Radiance, Lincoln Sphere, 30 minutes into the game. Not bad at all, but the Radiance, I don't know if it would have been the best item for the Weaver to go. Regardless, what's done is done. Naga Siren's still with nothing, actually. She hasn't gotten any items for, well, the past 15 minutes. And Funnick in stock black. There's the Fiend's Grip, and now the Weaver is going to drop. Goodbye, Weaver. A free pick off there. Lincoln Sphere will not save you from that. Now everyone is going to head towards the mid lane, possibly. They have a minute of opportunity here. The Aegis is going to start to time out very, very quickly, and this might be actually bad. If the Aegis times out, they have a minute to do something. If the Aegis times out mid-fight, that could be horrible for Scandal. Very surprising as well. With double damage rune on the Templar Assassin, they should have enough damage to bring down this tier 2. At least. They do have another 30 seconds for the Weaver to come back up. Naga Siren also doesn't have her mirror illusions. Use those to try to do a little bit of harassment damage, but that's all going to be mitigated. Is Empire going to push in for this? Yes, they are. 25 seconds. They know that they have the Aegis. Keep an eye on Scandal. I'm going to keep him selected to see if he uses the Aegis or if he burns it to the Roshan, claiming it. Again, that is going to be the tier 3 tower now starting to take some fire. Aegis is still up. Fortification does pop off. And the tower's starting to drop lower and lower. There's the Tombstone, so Naga Siren now does have an opportunity to Song of the Siren and get through that. Your images on the front line. Scandal starting to take some heavy damage, but he does have the Aegis. He wants to burn it. He does not want to lose this Aegis. There's the Song of the Siren as the Tombstone is now going to start to take some fire. Where is everyone else from Empire? They're all very far back. Blurbrain is in the middle of everything. That's just where the Undying wants to be. Funnick instantly popping off the BKB. Getting the Silent on Sing Sing. He's going to pop off the Ghost Scepter, try to make something happen to get away. There's a huge Ravage from Croaky, hitting pretty much everyone, but already 2 down from GDB. Bambo also taking a lot of damage. Black is taking a lot of damage as well. Funnick stuck in the net, but it doesn't matter. He's just standing and killing everyone. Croaky going to use his Ghost Scepter to try to get out of there. It's not going to be enough. He's going to drop as well. And Scandal has lost the Aegis to the Roshan, but it doesn't matter. They're going to kill Bambo as well. Black, the only one to survive from that one. And will he even survive? Fiend's Grip not up, and really nothing is up anymore. So with 3 dead, Empire, they could try to make a go for these Raxes, but they're still very, very weak. They got to watch out for this Radiance Weaver, who could get a couple of kills on the board for the GDB side. Bambo sending his illusions to the front lines, but still, he does not have any items. He has nothing. He has a Vanguard 30 minutes into the game. The Raxes do go down. Scandal net to the floor. He's not going to give any shits in the world. He's going to hit by the Ice Path as well. He might die, actually, so it would benefit him to start giving some shits. There you go. Pop off the BKB, pop off the Refraction. He's going to live. The ranged Raxes will survive, at least for now, but eventually they are going to be brought down, and Empire take a substantial lead in this game. Now, with a 8-kill advantage, plus a set of melee Raxes, GDB, really, that fight, well, the Batrider got killed before he could even get his lasso off, which is not exactly an ideal situation. The Ravage was pretty good. They did take out the Tombstone during that Song of the Siren ultimate, but the problem is that GDB simply don't have enough damage. The damage that they do have isn't focused enough. Black could do some pretty good damage with that Radiance now up, but it's all going to be just even base damage. No one is going to be actually focused down, and well, Empire do have the Raxes, so once they get all their ultimates up, once they get a little bit more mana on this Clinks especially, they could go in again. They do have the Flesh Golem up. They do have, well, Silence will probably go and heal because he's not looking too good. He has Boots of friggin' Travel, so they could push without him. Fiend's Grip is now up. Empire, do they want to push in the mid again to get these ranged Raxes, or do they want to go for the tier 2s on the bottom lane? Some easy pickings for some gold there. But still, Naga Siren, I don't know why. I don't know what the hell happened to Bambo's farm. He was doing pretty well in the early game, but now his farm has completely stopped. He needs to get something, because Naga Siren with a Vanguard Arcane Boots this late into the game is not going to be any use to her team, aside from the Song of Siren. It's going to buy up that Yasha. A little bit of cost-effective damage there. Scandal forced to teleport out of the bot lane, where didn't know where the enemy team was. Actually did know where Kuroki was. He was killing off the psionic traps. But Empire, they do have a substantial lead. Do they want to push in again? Last time they pushed, it was because the Weaver was dead on the other end. So they might be looking to do something similar. Get a pick off, get a push right after. And Funnick could do that all by himself. He's not going to find anyone in this jungle. He's instead going to pressure the top lane as much as he possibly can. In the meantime, the GDB side, they're going to just push down the enemy jungle. Pressure the bot lane of the enemy. We are now back into a little bit of a lull as both teams just farming up, doing their own thing. Undying working on his Aghanim Scepter. By the way, last fight, Undying in the middle of everyone is Flesh Golem. That is absolutely perfect for Undying. That's where you want to be. You can hit 2-3 people with the Decay, get a little bit more strength on the board. And then the Flesh Golem amplification, it's painful, man. It is painful. Everything really went the way of Empire last fight. We'll see if that was indicative of how this game is going to flow for the rest of the duration, or if that was just a one-time fluke. GDB looking to smoke up, possibly. They're all chilling in the same area. They do have a smoke on the Naga Siren, but they are not going to do it. Push out the mid wave first, possibly. While Empire, they're all kind of grouped up, so I don't think they're going to be fooled by any smokes coming their way. They're instead going to gear up for Roshan. Empire, they have no idea that GDB are in there right now, but they do have the timer on Roshan. This could be disastrous for GDB. Bambo sitting on the outskirts. He's going to spot if anyone's coming in. Blow Your Brain is starting to enter, and everyone from GDB's got to fall back. Sentry Ward starting to be removed, and Blow Your Brain is going to go onto the front lines, and Roshan is going to survive, at least for now. Glimpsing Bambo back. Kinetic Field is going to miss. Blow Your Brain popping off that Tombstone as well as the Flesh Golem extremely early. This could be very good for GDB, actually. The Magpire is up. Funnick going to pop his BKB, going to go straight for Sing Sing. Will it be enough? Alex is going to get dropped to the Disruptor, getting to get Silence, Dominating Streak. Black is also going to drop. Everyone from GDB falling, actually, despite the good initiation. Instant buyback from the Weaver, but 3 down with 4 kills total. That's going to mean a free Roshan, and where was the damage? It was all going out to the Klings, who had most of it mitigated through the Black King bar. So much damage pouring out from this Klings, and GDB with no items, or not enough items really. A Radiance Weaver is great, but it's not going to be enough. A Yasha and the Naga Siren is not nearly enough. On the back of that Roshan kill, on the back of that 4-man team wipe, I guess not a team wipe, 4-man killing spree, dominating spree, I don't know, 4-man kills. They're going to go straight for the mid lane. Silent's going to teleport right back in using his very, very fancy Boots of Travel. I don't know how the hell Disruptor goes 7-11 in these types of games, but that is just a mark of a good Disruptor, I suppose. Mid Raxes have been cleared out. Top Raxes are going to be the next to fall. Jakiro is back up. Naga Siren up in 2 seconds, but really they could go right now. Naga Siren will not contribute much aside from minus armor. There's the Blink Ravage from Kuroki, hitting onto everyone, but the Pipe mitigating 100% of that damage. Sing Sing can get glimpsed back before he could actually get that lasso. The lasso actually did go, and it actually was broken. Scandal taking a lot of damage, but he has the Desolator. He has the Aegis to the Immortal, so he's going to be fine. Go Black not as much. There's the Aegis pop right now. He could fight his way out of here. Blur Brain trying to run away from these Naga Siren illusions. Funnick also very weak as well. Looks like Scandal's going to be left for dead. Going to dive right in for the Raxes, netted to the floor. However, he is going to drop before he can get close enough. That is going to be it for you, Scandal. GG. Silent. Oh no, Silent. Be a hero. Be a hero. He's going to get it. He's going to get it, and Silence is even going to kill Kuroki. The Ghost Scepter is going to kill him with the Lightning Strike. One more. It is going to do it, and Silence is killing everyone in the middle of the GDB's team. He has Boots of Travel. He can get out of here. Do it, do it, do it. Run, run, run. Glimpse back Alex, and Boots of Travel right now. Do it, do it, do it. Oh my god, he's going to get out. He's going to get out. He sticks the landing, ladies and gentlemen. I give that a 10 out of 10. Silent with the baller Disruptor plays right now. Gotta say, you do not mess with Silent. He is, well, first of all, support players usually never get their due. It's always like, oh yeah, it's been, the person who's playing the anti-mage is gonna get a rampage, and everyone's like, wow, he's so good, and them solo mids, oh, they're so good. No, Disruptor has been on point this entire game. Such baller status on this guy right here. Silent is such a fantastic support player. So I'm so far going to give him the MVP, not taking anything away from the rest of the Empire side, but yeah, this Disruptor play has been impeccable all game. Now with 1.5 sets of racks down, Empire, what are they going to look towards next? It's going to be crit for Klinks, and he's apparently lost his head. That's no way to get ahead in life. Yeah, okay. They have all their big ultimates up, or they will by the time they reach the enemy base, and well, GDB will have all their full strength as well. Problem for them is that mid lane will push in, top lane will push in. Empire, they do not have to make any commitments. They don't really have any great sieging heroes like the Naga Siren. But they should have enough to at least sit here. Well, the tier 2 tower is pretty much dead. There's no chance for this tower. Although Kuroki and Sing Sing, I don't know if I would recommend this. Sonic Trap perfectly underneath Sing Sing, and Kuroki's Kinetic Field just gonna barely miss. And this tower is deader than dead. Now this is the last tier 2 tower that GDB have to offer. Black is going to try to take the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. They're going to need to get this Weaver back pretty quickly. Kuroki gonna get Glimpse back, so Glimpse is gonna be on cooldown for another 30 seconds. It's a great tool to break that Batrider net. But now Funnick starting to put the hurt onto the tier 3s. There's the pipe. Empire, they want to take this game right now. Tombstone has been dropped. They're gonna start stacking up those zombies onto Alex. Now the Song and Siren coming out from the back end. Everyone from Empire is clumped up in this very tight area. Where's the Ice Path? Where's anything? There's the Magpie as well as Ice Path, but the BKBs get popped, and no magic damage was taken that day. Bambo is going to get Beam Drift. He's going to drop in an instant. Shubja even killing off the Batrider. Black trying to do anything he can using that time lapse, but he's not durable enough. Kuroki is in the middle of everyone, already uses Ravage, and he is not going to be able to withstand the might of all of these Empire heroes. GDB, I don't know how did he get through that kinetic field? That made no sense whatsoever. That is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. 31-16. Empire biding their time until that critical mass point. The blink daggers were up, the pipes were up, and then they just decided that the fun was over, and they just plowed through GDB. So that's going to be it for this set, guys. Empire versus GDB goes to Empire, and that is going to mean that they move on to face Na'Vi in the grand finals of the Starseries Season 3 LAN event. I've already casted Game 1 of that, so I honestly, it wasn't really much of a surprise who would win this set. I kind of already knew. But yeah, trying to be impartial, trying to maintain the suspense in case anyone has not seen these games. But I'm going to grind out the rest of the games today, guys. So by the end of today, we will be done with this tournament, and then we can move on to bigger and better things. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this cast, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you do, I will give you a high five next time I see you. That's going to be it for me, guys. GG.